What's up, guys? Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you guys bought your tickets for this event with us, hopefully today. My name is Jeff Bedford. I'm the director of product for Impactflow. So we've got a team of about 10 people working over in Northeast off 22nd and Sandy. Just a little bit of a story kind of about the company. Founded in 2013, actually under the name MojoLink in the Bay Area. It was a nonprofit job site. They decided to move to Portland, make a pivot to connect businesses and nonprofits through things like sponsorships, through employee giving programs, and then through events. And then quickly the data started to show us that the events were what was totally gaining traction. So we were like, okay, let's move into this event space. Whoa, it's super crowded. What are we going to do to differentiate ourselves here? And so what I'm going to do this evening is kind of talk to you about kind of 4 of our main principles of our product and kind of how we differentiate from the Eventbrites of the world, per se, out there, because the event space is very, very crowded. We're just one of many. So, those 4 principles are events, creating your events, and running your ticketing through the platform. We have a thing called the partnership engine, which is kind of where that connecting businesses and nonprofits, that's what's sticking with us there. We're working to really build that out. We think it's really awesome, and I've got some cool screenshots to show you of a new design for that we're actually deploying this evening, probably right after this event. Powerful social media tools. Those partnerships allow you to actually come together as multiple entities for social media distribution, which we think is pretty cool. And then insights and analytics. We noticed that our competition really likes to take credit for driving traffic to your events, when in reality, you as the event host are the ones doing most of the work. And so we wanted to actually use the Google Analytics API, the Facebook API, the Twitter API, show you exactly where your visitors were coming from, and why you're being successful, and even why you're failing, so that you can do better next time around. In terms of selling tickets, we make it customizable. We think it's really seamless, and then also intuitive in terms of creating the event. And managing your event, and then mobile friendly. People can access their tickets on the go, purchase tickets on the go. I'd be actually interested, did any of you guys purchase the tickets on your mobile devices? Yeah, we worked really hard to optimize that checkout flow for mobile, and we're continuing to work to improve that every day. So we'd like for you to be able to purchase and then also show your tickets at the door. We're launching a mobile app in the morning that will actually allow people like NewTech to have a mobile app on site so that they can scan that ticket for you and automatically check you in. This is just a quick screenshot of kind of how the beginning of the event create flow works. The main reason I wanted to show this is because it's actually a lot like our competitors. You have to recognize that to a degree, because when people are coming over from something as commonly used as Eventbrite, you do want there to be a little bit of a familiarity there. On the other hand, we do think once you kind of go through this, that it's a lot more simplified and streamlined. Our competitors, we believe, can get really confusing with all of the different options. We try to have it really in line and keep it simple. Our partnership engine, so this is kind of where the connecting businesses and nonprofits is, we're staying true to that. We're also connecting businesses to other businesses as well. It starts off when you're creating that event. You say, hey, I'm NewTech, and I think I want some catering for this event, or I want a beer provider for this event. In the past 4 months, we have added over 3,000 different vendors in the Pacific Northwest for both venues, for catering, beer companies, wine companies. When you say you need these things, we distribute that message to them. We let them know, and then they can come in, respond to you. There's communication tools there, and we provide the tools for you to kind of get those partnerships going and hopefully build what is a long-lasting relationship. That contact part happens second. The confirmation happens, and then you make it live. And not only is it just a partnership where you're like, hey, we're partners, they can actually come into the Impactflow platform and they have access to the event, so they can help invite people. They can use the amplification tools and distribute that social media message to their own audience, which is the next thing that I'll talk about. So this is just a quick demo of the partnership engine and kind of what our new dashboards look like. This is say that you are a brewery and you're accepting partnership requests from these different events. This is essentially like an inbox. We had fun with the Pokemon Go thing, because I think there's a couple Pokemon in this room, maybe actually. But you can kind of have your inbox over there on the left. that. It tells you information about the event, and then you have your chat right there to start the communication. It also sends emails back and forth. It gives you it gives you the personal emails of the person you're communicating with, so you don't have to communicate exclusively on this platform. We're not trying to restrict you in any way in terms of the partnerships that you're building. We just want the events and the partnerships to happen. So however we can make that happen, we will do that. Then the amplification, right? I've already kind of talked about it, so it's pretty easy for me to kind of cruise through it. The amplifier, this is pre-written messages in social media where you come in and basically you can connect multiple social media accounts and distribute the same message to all of them. We're going to work to build that out, including LinkedIn and then potentially a couple others. And this is not just for you, but for your partners as well. So once you partner, everybody has access to this and can distribute those messages. Analytics is one of the things I like the most, and I'm just going to kind of jump to the screenshot because, like I said, we like to show you how well you're doing. So we show you the recent amplifications, who's posting them, what people are saying. We want to tell you how far your message is reaching in terms of the social media. We give you full transparency into the emails that you're sending through our system, which run through Send with us, and you can send out invitations. You can also message your attendees. We give you all of the data about how often those are being opened, how often those are being clicked, and so you can basically test how your email campaigns are running through the platform. Same thing with Twitter. I really like the traffic referral. We're going directly to we're giving you top 5 right now, traffic refers from Google Analytics, so you can say, did it come from Facebook, did it come from meetup.com, where did it come from, and where should I maybe be putting my marketing effort for this event? And then we also tell you which of your fans are amplifying, so soon we'll be building a reward system for that as well, where you can reward your top amplifiers in a multitude of different ways, whether it be discounts to future events or even potential physical items. I think it looks better that way, actually. The pricing, like most event platforms, it's actually free. If you look at it the right way, because you can pass the fees on to your user. You also have the ability to absorb the fees, but fees, that's how we make money, right? Because when people buy tickets, there's fees, and we got to make some money somehow. So what really stands out is the fee structure. That orange represents a certain brand that's a competitor of ours. They kind of twist the numbers around a little bit, but we did the math, and when you run an event through their platform, you're actually paying about 7.45%. With us, it's 2.9%. We've compared it against several different competitors, and we're by far the lowest in the industry. That's also not if you're a nonprofit. If you're a nonprofit, we can get you even lower. So yeah, I just wanted to, this is kind of our new dashboard that we're launching tonight to bring some of that, some of those analytics data onto your main dashboard. You can manage your partnerships, you can send your messages all through the left sidebar, the amplification, you can manage your attendees, and you can also check them in similar to how you were being checked in when you got here to the event today. You can create different discount codes, and then we have integrations which we're continually building out. One of the next big ones for us is going to be Zapier, so that you can connect your database of your event attendees to things like Salesforce or whatever CRM, or MailChimp, SurveyMonkey, whichever of those types of things you're interested in building. And then this is kind of what the partnership, in terms of the marketplace for events and partnership potential partners, this is kind of what it looks like when you're browsing through and looking at events and partnerships and stuff like that. So in general, that's what we're doing. We're really, really stoked about it. And just a couple of other small notes. A couple things I can't visually represent. Support means everything to us. So we are building out custom Slack accounts for our bigger accounts. We're figuring out ways to communicate with you on Slack if there's another community that you guys belong to. For these guys, for instance, we're communicating through the PDX Startup Slack channel. We just communicate directly through there. And we're working really, really, really hard on that. And that's something that really means a lot to us, but it's very difficult for us to visualize because it's more of just kind of something that we stand for. So I thought that would be important to communicate this evening as well. We're also hiring, so if you're an engineer of any kind, we're definitely looking. Feel free to come talk to me. I also have Phil and Andy back there, a couple of other guys from Impactflow that would love to talk to you tonight as well, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have. I don't have that on me right now, but the ticket on the mobile device essentially just brings up the PDF of it right now, and we're continuously working to build that out. We actually have a feature on the roadmap right now, which is going to very likely be allowing the event host to customize the way that the ticket looks. And we think that potentially has a lot of potential down the road as well, because we do one ticket per page, and there's a lot of opportunity there in terms of your sponsorships and your partners and stuff, and how you can be using that space on your ticket. And so that's something that we've been thinking about.
Your name is Impactflow. Is there a name change planned in the future?
No name change planned in the future. The Impactflow thing definitely came from kind of the earlier stages of the company, where it was more about kind of the employee giving and the sponsorships and kind of the crowdfunding campaign. But we actually really like the name because we want to make sure that we stay true to our roots, which is that concept of bringing together businesses and nonprofits. That partnership engine works for connecting businesses and nonprofits too. So if you're throwing an event and you want to sponsor a nonprofit with the proceeds of those ticket sales, you can actually just put in a category like environmental or animals, something that's important to you. It'll initiate contact with nonprofits as well.
Can you go back to the slide for cost?
Yeah.
No, the one before. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, the vendor wants to become part of the community, but participate. How do they go through different channels? Right?
Yep, so you go to impactflow.com and then you can sign up. There's 3 different ways you can sign up right now. You can sign up as an individual, which not many people do on their own. They usually kind of do that when they're buying a ticket through the checkout flow. You can sign up as a nonprofit, which will ask you a specific set of questions, and you can sign up as a business, which will give you another set of questions. One thing that's probably really important for me to mention going from that question is that Impactflow for the marketplace, if you're a vendor, it's actually free to use. And so you can definitely pay us if you want, and we'll basically move you to the top of the list for $99 a month. We'll make it so that you're the first, say you're a brewery, you're the first brewery that's notified every single time that there's an event happening. But otherwise, if you're just using the free version, you'll continue to get notified in kind of random order when events are taking place if they're looking for partners like you.
So there are very good, very granular data parsing and figuring out how many people you're hitting, how many respond back, how many attended the event. And if I was to get to my clients to switch from Eventbrite to this, they would still find it very easy to use.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, 2 questions at once.
Okay.
The first is there is very good data parsing based on how many people show up to the event, the number of people you connect with. Right?
Yes.
If I remember nothing else, what is the one piece I should remember from that?
I'm not sure I fully understand your question.
Then forget it then. My next question is, if I was to switch 2 of my clients from Eventbrite to this, would they find this extremely easy to use?
Definitely they would, and like I said, we're launching the new version of our dashboard tonight, which really is streamlined. There's a lot of UI research. We are very heavy into the analytics. We've been using heat tracking on our existing dashboards, and we've been making really data-driven decisions in terms of the new design. And the entire site is being deployed tonight, completely redesigned. And like I said, though, there's still elements of our competitors, like Eventbrite, that we leave in place because we don't want it to be too crazy for them. We want it to be just familiar enough that they can kind of get a good tread going, and then really take advantage of some of our other outstanding features that we have. So,
Awesome. Thank you.
yeah, definitely.